day for you? G'day. It is Tuesday, 23rd of March. I am Luke Wilkins, this is Motorcycle Diaries. It's Tuesday today? Yes it is. I had to think then. It's not Wednesday? Look at that, one of the most beautiful bikes ever. Harley Davidson Dyna White Glide. 11995 on the road, 1564 displacement beaten engine. Rode her for the first time yesterday. Made a real impression on me actually. I didn't want to like her, but you know, you get on Harley, it's a completely different style of bike to everything else. Especially I've been riding lots of sports bikes and powerful bikes recently that are taut, nimble. It's very different, but I loved it yesterday, just cruising around in the sun. Today is actually chucking it down outside. I'm going to take this to go and visit a friend, have some lunch. Be interesting to see how it's like in the wet. I imagine it actually be quite good, because to say it's not like a taut beast, so it's not going to be all over the shop. It's a very relaxed riding position. It was very comfy to ride yesterday, and to be honest with you, I just want to get out on it, have some fun, and obviously when you're on a Harley, the great thing is everyone notices you go past. And look at that, honestly. The detailing on this. Now 11995 for the one with the two-tone paint job. It's about 10 grand, about a quid less for the one with just the one colour. What does that compare price-wise? Well, you've got the Rocket over there, which is a little bit cheaper, about a grand less, hell of a lot more bikes, but obviously the great thing with a Harley is you can customise it, you can make this your own. It is almost a way of life riding Harley Davidson. It's not something that I'd ever really been into until I started riding Harleys last year. In fact, you guys said to me, oh, I see on a Harley, you have that schoolboy image that you want to get on one, but I was like, oh. But I do really get them now. I do understand why people buy them. You're not buying them for this balls to the wall, all out riding experience. It's the image, it's the style, it's the relaxed cruising. And there is nothing like a Harley. So, I'm going to get on this, head over to my friend's house, and get some footage on the way back as well, probably about night time then. I'll let you know what I think on my day 2 of the Harley Davidson Dyna White Glide.
Right then, here we go, Harley Davidson Dyna White Glide day 2. As you can see, it is soaking wet. But I'm actually quite looking forward to riding this in the wet, because unlike a sports bike where you're riding the back wheel of torque and power, this is a much more relaxed experience. And so the wet shouldn't have as much effect as, say, if I was going balls to the wall. Funny actually, it took a while for me yesterday to get used to riding back in like the chopper style almost, because it is really put forward with the handlebars. It is close to the chopper you're going to get really, I suppose, up there with the Honda Fury, and it is just a different mindset. It feels weird doing it in the rain, because you know, this is where you imagine yourself, open face helmet, cruising down the motorway in the sun. But as I say, I was really pleasantly surprised yesterday about its rideability. It's obviously not a sports bike, it's not a Jap cruiser, it is a Harley, it's heavy, it's designed for style impact almost more than rideability, but still saying it's not fun to ride. That's a mistake a lot of people make. But I think this might surprise a few people with its power, because, you know, it has got the 1564 engine, like twice the size almost of the 800. It's just the way that Harley delivers the power. It's smooth. This is surprisingly quite fast. Fast is the wrong word, but you know what I mean? It pulls. Which, let's be honest, if you're cruising around town at 30-40 miles an hour, you just want it to be comfy, but no. There's no point in having a Ducati or one or a Blade just stuck in traffic. Or if you just live in a city. Not that I'm saying this is obviously the most practical city bike. It's pretty big with the kind of forks at the angle and everything. It's not the easiest to manoeuvre, but well, I'm riding it in a city. I use it as an everyday bike. Don't see me complaining much. So, to report, it's been lovely to ride in this one. Like I say, I'm not the typical Harley owner. I'm a sports bike rider. I like living on the edge. And I like to get used to this. It's very nice to get on a bike and not worry about it. But as I say, just ease of use. Great. Yeah, it's rattly. It's an old school motorbike. It's supposed to be. I've actually been quite impressed with how it handles. As I say, as it slides out on me there, like it's hard to get around the corner. Worst you do, you're laughing. You've got to line it up. You just got to think a little bit more. But that's riding a cruiser. That's what it's for. Not riding a sports bike. But it is very pleasurable to ride. It's a lot of fun. It's a very different kind of pleasure. It's not that, oh my god, I'm going to die. It's not that sheer exhilaration and power you get from the Rocket 3. But I got to admit, ride the Rocket 3 in this one, it would have ended well. But damp, it's wet, it's cold, it's too talky. This is just nice, just different. Not everyone wants to go at 80, 90 miles an hour, feel like they're going to die every 2 seconds. That's why they sell Volvos. But don't get me wrong, when I'm talking about how this isn't that sporty passion bike, don't think there isn't passion and pride in this, because you couldn't get probably a more characteristic bike than this. And the fact that you can tweak it and do your own things to, which is I know a big thing for Harley dealers, makes it ace. Brakes are okay, obviously again it's a cruiser, don't expect sports brakes. It's almost a chopper, that's the thing about this you've got to remember. I think it's a cruiser. It's so far forward. Apart from Harley I drove last year, it is a chopper. Apart from the Honda I drove later, it's probably the closest I will actually get to a chopper. Unless I get myself down to a chop shop. Anyway, focus on the riding, Wilkins.
So, here she is. You can hear it ticking and cooling down from that nice little run in the rain. Stopped off my mate's house to say, had a bit of coffee, had a chat. And it's funny actually, I should have really kind of realised this beforehand, obviously getting on a Harley is so different to anything else. Do you know what I mean? But I have just, yesterday I enjoyed it, today I've enjoyed this massively. It was cold, it was wet, it was raining, it was horrible out, it was dark, it was nasty. This is brilliant. You don't want to be doing 150 miles an hour in those conditions. You want to be cruising along nice and casually. And okay, I was getting wet, so then I walked with trousers on like a numpty. Look, my jeans are soaking. But it's amazing. I mean, look at this thing. Okay, when you buy a Harley, yeah, it's more about that relaxing, stylish cruising ride. It's probably, you know, much more about almost enjoying the ride, not in that visceral rider sense where you're like, oh, I'm tucking it in here, I'm getting my knee down. It's more a case of enjoying the ride of soaking the scenery, soaking the sun. I mean, God, you can imagine just sitting on a highway doing 55 in America in the sun. Loving it. I can't wait for it to be sunny tomorrow, so I'm going to take this out for a bit of a long spin, I think, take for a big old cruise. And yeah, it's just made a massive impression on me. That engine, that like just short 1600cc twin, it's great actually. It does provide a lot of pull. It's obviously, you know, it's not tuned like, for instance, the Thunderbird twin to give you that massive amount of torque. But it does provide the pull. It's nice. It's surprisingly quick. You want it to be. If you really want to rev it some, yeah, you know, it'll go. But the whole point is because of the style, because of the type of bike, you know, and it is almost like, as I say, chopper-esque. You don't want it to go too fast because you'll get yourself in trouble with the fact of braking and cornering. I really enjoyed taking corners on this. You do kind of sweep through it, and it's got to be said. I mean, I always call like Harley's a bit of bone rattlers. But the suspension on this, it's pretty damn sweet. And it's just a real visceral riding experience. I say, not in the kind of Japanese sports bike balls to the wall type way, but in a real like, you want to smell of petrol, you want to smell of oil, you want to get off the bike and, I don't know, go on a bear. Maybe not there because they're quite big and aggressive. Maybe a small bear. But yeah, and it's just great. And it is, as I say, there is just nothing that looks like it got so much attention. I just pulled over for 2 seconds to check the old sat-nav earlier. It's like on my phone. And, you know, 3 people come up to me like, oh, I used to have a Speedster, what's this like? And you're saying, look, this is a Dyna Wide Line, it's 2010. As Harleys go, this is one of the nicest ones I've ridden. Now, I love the V-Rod Muscle, I love the Dragster. I've done lots of different ones that I've ridden. 883 Iron was obviously a lot smaller and more petite, but for an actual cruiser, I mean, let's be honest, who wouldn't want to turn up anywhere cruising on that? You know? If you're a sports bike rider, Harley might be a nice change of pace for you. It is something, as I say, you have to ride to appreciate it, and I think you have to get out of that mindset of going hell for leather, racing around the track, that kind of thing, because this is all about that casual riding, the person who wants to just get on a bike, just get off on the back, head to a nice cafe somewhere. It's perfect. And, you know, as Harleys do, they invented the genre pretty much, so it's gonna definitely hit the spot. Anyway, that's it from me. As you can see, I'm cold and wet, not making much sense, but it is a lovely, lovely bike, and I'm really, really enjoying riding it. I have another down it tomorrow, tomorrow being Wednesday, and then I've got to put some time in the Gladius before that goes on Monday, and the Rocket, and then it's on to the Beaking. So, back on the Harley tomorrow, and until then, my illustrious compadres, ride safe.